assessment issued by the National Audit Office in the UK on a report by the Department for Health and Social Care, which has wasted a total of $18.5 billion on unused COVID supplies. According to the assessment, the department spent around $11 billion during 2020 to 2021 and another $7.42 billion last year. This includes masks and gowns for NHS staff that are now unusable, and some are being burned. According to the chair of the Commons Public Accounts Committee, the accounts showed extraordinary waste. According to the NAO, $7.42 billion wasted in 21-22 includes PPE, vaccines and medication to treat COVID. The Labour Party says the admissions given by the DHSC during this time, when Rishi Sunak was the Chancellor of the Exchequer. And according to the Shadow Health Secretary, the accounts show the Conservatives cannot be trusted to be careful stewards of the public finances. The accounts also reveal the serious problem with accounting systems and leadership in the UK health system. The findings also come at a time when the UK is witnessing its biggest industrial action by NHS workers. The nurses and ambulance workers are on strike over pay and conditions and have increased the pressure on the already strained UK public health system. Well, for more on this, we're joined by our correspondent Alex Isat in London. And Alex, remembering back to the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, a very difficult time for everybody in the UK. But of course, now we're hearing just what a wasteful time it was as well.
Absolutely. Well, the report that came out on Thursday from the National Audit Office does suggest billions of pounds was lost in equipment that is unusable or that is no longer needed. So the price that they paid originally has obviously gone down quite a lot as we've moved out of those heavy restrictions. However, this isn't brand new information. Last year in February, around the same time actually, we did find out that there was actually a lot of money also being spent on various industries that weren't necessarily in the market of making masks and aprons, and that the government had spent billions of pounds on giving that money to those private companies. Now, back then, the government did say that they had to just push through and get as much as they could, as quickly as they could, because no one foresaw the COVID pandemic, and they really needed to be offering this PPE to all of those that live in care in the NHS, so they had to quickly go through all of the processes. So a lot of people got handouts that wouldn't necessarily be getting handouts if this happened on a slower scale. But at the moment, the government is obviously struggling. This will be another blow to Rishi Sunak and yet another scandal on the front pages. Yesterday, met up in Chequers with his MPs to discuss how they can go forward and put their 5 priorities in place. Today, we're hearing from Jeremy Hunt, and he says he wants to build back confidence in the UK and help us go forward. But at the moment, all we're hearing are these negative stories, and that the government is wasting money time and time again. And as you rightly say, as the strikes are continuing, it's a very frustrating time for everybody when we're hearing that our government has been wasted and has wasted money in the past.
Alex Isat joining us live from London. Many thanks.